Data Jockey here, machine learning for Victorian racing. Race 2 at Geelong, Friday 10 July 2026. Let us get straight into it. Quick headline for Race 2 at Geelong before the detail. One selection from the model, a teller miss, the place pick. A single selection day is worth noting. It usually means the data is fairly clear-cut here, with one horse standing well above the rest of the field. Let us get into exactly why that is. Race 2 at Geelong today, 11 runners, top 3 paying the place dividend. First thing to note, the model's selection is not the market favourite, which signals it has found value the market has missed. One pick today, place only, no same race multi this time around. The model only fires when the data genuinely supports it. No quota, no forced selections, and plenty of races get skipped entirely. Today it found one worth a proper look. On to the detail. Before the picks, here is the short version of how this works, because it sets this channel apart from most tipping content out there. Every selection comes from a machine learning model trained on Victorian racing results, and it does not stop learning. Every race meeting feeds back into it, sharpening it over time. The key difference from almost everything else in this space, most models and most tipsters are chasing the winner. This one was built to chase something else entirely: place finishers. Horses that land in the top positions and pay a place dividend. That is a fundamentally different target, and it changes everything about how the model is built. It is simultaneously weighing dozens of variables across the full field: pace, distance, field composition, historical form, how each horse matches up against today's rivals specifically, all at once, in ways that are genuinely hard to replicate manually. Want the deeper methodology? It is linked in the description below. For now though, Race 2 is on the table and the model has a clear view on it. Let us get into the picks. Let us start with pick 1 for Race 2. A teller miss, the model's top selection, currently second in the market. Not the favorite, nowhere near the headline of the betting market, just sitting at a price the model believes is significantly off. That is the whole story right there. A gap between what the market thinks and what the data is showing, and that gap is precisely what this model is built to find. Here is something worth being upfront about, because I think it builds trust rather than costing it. I cannot point to one tidy reason the model has landed on a teller miss. That is not how it operates. It is not running on a single insight like track preference or distance record, the kind of single-factor reasoning that most form analysis relies on. Instead, it is working through dozens of variables at the same time. Track conditions, distance, field size, who else is in this race, historical patterns drawn from thousands of past Victorian races. All of it considered together, picking up on relationships a person scanning a form guide would simply never catch. That is the whole point of building it this way. If it could be boiled down to one sentence, there would be no need for a model at all. What matters is this: the market has a teller miss sitting at second in the market. The model has it ranked first for Race 2. That difference is where the value sits, and finding exactly that kind of gap is what this model exists to do. It was built specifically around place finishers, not winners, so when it puts a horse at the top, it is saying this horse matches the pattern of horses that have historically finished in the places. A different way of looking at the problem entirely. A teller miss for the place. Top 3 finish in an 11-runner field. That is the model's read on Race 2. For entertainment purposes only, please make your own informed decision before placing any bet. Following along with the full card today, every race has its own video, all sitting in the playlist, uploaded before Race 1 kicks off. Worth checking the other races to see which selections line up with your approach. Some punters like to combine several of the model's picks into a place multi. Your wagering provider will have the details on how that works. Always make your own informed call before placing anything. One more important point: check for scratchings before you bet on anything. They happen on race morning and can change a race completely. For Race 2, the model's place selection is a teller miss. The rest of the card is sitting in the playlist if you want to keep going. If you have not subscribed yet, this runs for every Victorian meeting, every race day, completely free. Race 2 at Geelong wraps up there. The model's place selection was a tell a miss, simple as that for this one. Every result gets tracked and posted publicly each week, good runs and bad runs both included, nothing hidden. That ongoing record is the fairest way to judge this model for yourself over time. As always, this is for entertainment purposes only. Please make your own informed decisions and gamble responsibly. Catch you in the next one.